Hello friends, welcome to E-Class. My name is Ravi and today we are going to talk about speaking skills. First of all, you can see today we are going to talk about three things. First, tone of voice, second, body language, and third one, audio visual aid in any speech. So let's start. First of all, tone of speech. See, this actually answers one of your questions, that how you should deliver your speech. While you are delivering your speech, make this sure that your tonal quality has to be very fine. Why? Because when you are talking with people, when you are talking with crowd, a lot of people are going to be there. You have to make sure that each and everyone is able to listen to you perfectly. Your clarity of words, your clarity of thoughts, and your speaking structure, all the things are going in accordance. Let's see a few points about this. Like, see, whenever you are talking about a speech, always remember that a speech, if you consider it 100% a conversation, 7% importance is given to the verbal elements. What is verbal elements? The words which are used. But on the other hand, 38% importance is given to the vocal elements. Vocal elements is how you use your tone, how you use your sound, how you use your voice in such a way to make an impact. 55% usage, or 55% 55% pressure, 55% weightage is given to visual elements. That is, while you are speaking, what kind of expressions you are giving, what kind of style you are following. Like, see, body language is another part which we are going to talk about. So 55% importance is given to body language. So in this way you can see that 38% importance is given to vocals, verbal elements in speech. Now see, public speaking should be like a one-to-one talk. That is, while you are speaking with rather 30 people or 100 people or 1000 people, your style must be such that everyone should feel that, yeah, he's talking to me only. The speakers who are really well known, who speak so nice, whenever they are speaking, you will find that they are actually talking to you only. You know that there are 100 other people than you, but still you feel that, yeah, he's talking to me only. So this is an effective public speaking skill, that while you are speaking, it looks like you are doing one-to-one talk. You are not talking to public, but you are talking to one person. See, sincerity and honesty, this both things are very important, and they should reflect to your speech. It should reflected by the way you are showing what you feel and what you speak. Sometimes what happens, that people, while they are delivering a speech or while they are talking about some points, it looks like they are not believing the things. They are just sharing it just for sake of sharing. So make it sure that whatever you are speaking, it is looking that you are actually into that and you really literally believe all those things. You are not just sharing it for the sake of sharing. Avoid long sentence and complicated arguments. Sometimes what happens, that while people are going for this public speaking and all, they feel that they have to show a sort of influence on people. They have to give influence on people. So they start talking in such a way that they look very literate, or they look very sound with English and grammar. See, understand that while you are talking, it is not very important that you are showing how intelligent you are in terms of speaking. You need to understand that the real soft skill lies over here is how you represent your point. When you are speaking, please make sure that each and every person sitting in the audience, each and everyone listening to you, they get you 110%. If people do not understand what you are saying, then all the things, all the work that you are doing, that will all go to vain. So make this sure that your structures, your sentences are very simple, they are not complex. And whenever you are showing any points in arguments, again use simple words, avoid jargons. Don't overload with factual details. Sometimes it happens that a speaker tries to show that he is very intelligent, he has read so many articles, he has gone through a lot of things, and because of that he is able to give a lot of references. References are good, they have to be there, you cannot avoid references. But while you are giving references, make this sure that your one-to-one talk should not get filled with boredom. It should not become monotonous. So you should have reference, but only the number of reference which is sufficient, which is important. Extra things, try to skip them. Don't be repetitive. Sometimes people keep on repeating the same point again and again to emphasize that particular thing. But see, a limited number of emphasis is really important, but if you are doing that emphasis again and again, then it will not work. So don't be very repetitive. Again, you know what is to emphasize, but let me make it clear. To pressure something, like suppose if Sandeep Maheshwari is delivering a speech, he would say that you must do this, you have to do this. So if Sandeep sir does that, he is trying to say that this is very important in your life. So that's why he is emphasizing, he is pressurizing the point. So sometimes speakers use this thing, but like Sandeep sir does, he doesn't emphasize a lot, he doesn't repeat a lot. So do not repeat yourself again and again. Last but not the least, know how to share a negative idea. Sometimes while you are sharing negative ideas, make this sure that you are not supposed to share negativity. Always understand that acceptance is the biggest tool which you can use to make yourself lie as a good speaker. So while you are speaking, make sure that you are positive. Sometimes I know that we have to share some negative thoughts also, but share them in such a way that your positivity should not go. So suppose if there is someone who is saying that Mr. Ravipala, whatever you are sharing, that is not correct, we do not follow you, we are not with you. So in that case, I can start fighting with them, but that is very rude and it would be totally impolite. On the other hand, I can say that, sir, this is what I feel, these are my independent thoughts, you are completely free, you might think another way, but if I am thinking about that point in such a way, still I feel that my point is correct in such way, and then I can explain myself. See, there are two parts, communication and arguments. When you start fighting with someone, it's argument, and arguments would never get converted in successful communication. So make this sure that you are not starting arguing with anyone, but you are communicating with people. So tone of voice, that is how you sound, what kind of structures of voice you use. So let us go step by step. See, while you are speaking, take care of a few things like variation of tone of voice and pitch to avoid monotony. What is a monotonous speech? Like the way a robot talks, the robot is talking in a monotonous way, the same kind of words, the same kind of speech is coming again and again. So don't become a robot, you are a human, be happy to be a human rather than being a robot. So make sure that while you are speaking, there are in Hindi we use the word lehja. Okay, so there must be a rhythm in your speech, there must be ups and downs in your speech. You should know how to use your tone, you should know how to use your pitch. Pitch has a simple Hindi meaning, that is sur. I have shared this thing in classroom, that English is a singing language. Many times you will find that most of the English actors are very good singers as well. So English is a singing language, and while you are speaking English, make sure that vocal movements must come over there. So take care of your tone, take care of your pitch. Do not become monotonous. Act while speaking. Uh, Acting, that does not mean that you have to become like Rajnikant and do all those things which he does on screen. That is Rajni sir, all those things look good on him, but if we people do that, we would look really very hilarious. So make this sure that acting does not mean to have a lot of expressions or act on screen, but actually to show your expressions, whatever expressions are necessary, to use your gestures, to use your hand movements, all those things must go. Because if in your speech all these things are not coming, in that case your speech would not look a complete package. On the other hand, it would look lacking, because as we have seen earlier, the 55% of a speech is dependent on visual movements rather than audio and words part. Have pauses. Do not speak continuously. See, there are two things if you are talking without pauses. First of all, if you talk without pauses, it is not good for you. Why? Because while you are speaking and if you are going continuously without taking even a single pause, then your throat would get dry. So make sure that you are not facing any difficulties while speaking because of this continuously going. But on the other hand, other option is that, see, or other aspect of this thing is that is, while you are speaking without pauses, you might be good at this because you may have trained yourself a lot to speak without pauses, but the people who are listening to you, the audience which you have, the audience would not be able to get all the things if you go without pauses. So while speaking, make sure that pauses should come. Again, how pauses are important, that we will also see further. Okay, making the speech effective. See, first of all, it has to appeal to one's heart, not only to mind. Sometimes people think that if we use a lot of intellectual things in a speech, then it would become nice. No, it would not become nice. Hi, I'm not saying that there are no any possibilities of intellectual speech does not becoming nice, but what I feel personally is that while you are speaking, you have to connect with people. This is the ability of a leader. A leader is a person who is connected with everyone. So while you are connected with your people, in that case, it becomes really easy for them to understand you. See, while you are doing some work, you may get tired, but if you are doing something that you love, you will never get tired. And when you love someone while they are talking, when you love someone's speech, when you are connected with that person 110%, that listening part would not become a burden on you, but on the other hand, you will enjoy listening to others or listening to those particular people. Like, haven't you find that thing that the people whom you really love, with whom you really like to be, with them, if you spend hours listening them, you will not get bored at all. You will feel that यार अभी तो जैसे 10 मिनट ही हुए, सुनते ही जाते हैं. So it happens. So make sure that your speech has to connect with people's heart, not only mind. It does not mean that your information or your video or your speech should not have any intellectual details. It is important, but again, uh, art must have heart. Heartless art is a failure. Four things are there, let us discuss them. Like, first one is tone. See, clean, I'm sorry for the grammatical mistake over here, spelling mistake. Clean and smooth articulation of the words. While you are speaking, your words must sound perfectly with clarity. Phonetics can be really helpful. That is another topic, we will talk about that someday also. But try to pronounce the words as perfect as you can. Try to use your sentence in such a way that a proper meaning which you want to convey is conveyed only. Tempo, that is the speed of the speech. If you speak very high speed, okay, or if you are going very fast, if your pace is like zoom, in that case you will not be able to be connected with people. Like, if a train which is going very fast, the people sitting in the train cannot see that how people are feeling, and on the other hand, people can also not see that who is sitting in the train. So both the aspects are there. While you are speaking with a high speed or a faster pace, people will not be able to connect to you. On the other hand, you will also lose the grip over them. So make this sure that your speech should not be too fast. On the other hand, very slow speeches get monotonous very easily. So do not make your speech monotonous also. So have a balance, not very fast, not very slow. So maintain the tempo of your speed, of your speech. Emphasis, again, I have just explained to you. That is to have pressure on a few things. Now here I will talk about two concepts. One is word stress and second one is sentence stress. Just go with this thing. Like, while you are saying, this is just for an example, that teacher, it would not sound perfectly. Why? Because proper word stress is not given. Teacher aa gaye, no, it would not sound perfectly. On the other hand, the way of pronouncing this is teacher. So the teacher has not come yet. The teacher is on the way. The teacher would be here any moment. So teacher. Now this is a separate topic, but again, while you are speaking in English, in Hindi or any other language than your mother tongue, then make sure that you have to understand how the pronunciation of particular words are done. Because if you do not understand that part, then you will lack the connectivity with the people to whom you are talking. On the other hand, sentence stress, because a simple sentence can have multiple meanings. We have seen this thing in semantic barriers in communication skills. I can say that I did not say you stole my red shirt. Now see, if you change the pressure from one word to other word, the meaning would get totally changed. I did not say that you stole my red shirt. I did not say that you stole my red shirt. I did not say that you stole my red. I did not say that you stole my red shirt. Now see, all these three sentences can be there with different meanings. So make sure that whenever you are speaking, you are conveying the perfect meaning which is there in your mind. So make this sure. Phrasing. Phrasing in simple words is just separate your speech. Okay, like right now you can see that we have separated our speech in many topics. We are not going in under a single topic, but several topics are there. So separate your speech in such a way, have different topics and go accordingly. While you are doing your presentation in such way, it will be able to connect more to people, and people will find it easy to connect with you. They will not feel boredom, they will not find it monotonous while you are speaking, because why, different topics are coming at different time and each topic is coming up with something new for them, so it makes them really interested in the whole speech. uh, my favorite part, body language. I have discussed this with you people many times that how body language is very important while you are speaking. We are going to talk about a few points today. Like first one is smile. While you are speaking, do not become dead serious. A time will come when we all get dead, but that time is not there while you are speaking. Enjoy your speech, have a smile on your face, because it's very important that you smile while you are speaking. Do not become dead serious while you are speaking like a news reader who is always like this. Okay, and nowadays I know that we are listening to a lot of news channels and we are learning a lot of things from them, but do not learn how they are speaking. Have a smile while you are speaking. That does not mean that have a mad laughter while you are speaking, that wow, it's really nice to talk with you, I'm really very happy. No, but there must be a balanced smile. Now you will ask that, sir, what is this balanced smile? I can give you a simple line to explain this. While you are speaking, you must look pleasant, you must look happy. If you are not looking happy, then a smile will also not do anything for you. Avoid creating barriers. While speaking, you know that you may get a podium or you may get a table, but try not to go through all those barriers. Try to be directly connected with the people. Like, let me tell you, when a speaker is using a podium and he is there behind the podium, he is not 100% visible to audience. But suppose on the other hand, that speaker who is there behind the podium, he takes the mic in his hands and he just come out of that place and he starts talking with people directly, then it would have a more impact. So see, that barrier which was the podium, now it is removed. So by that way he is able to connect with people in a better way. So understand this part. Try to have as minimum barriers between you and the audience. Be 100% visible to your people and try to have a great conversation by connecting with each and every one of them. Stand square, that is how to stand. Okay, sometimes people have a habit that they lean over the podium, or they are not standing straight, or they have their own style of standing. See, always remember, stand straight while you are speaking. Do not have several postures which are not formal while you are speaking. Beware of distracting mannerisms. Sometimes while people are speaking, they have habits of doing particular things on the stage or showing some particular expressions which may distract the audience. So while you are speaking, make this sure that all those signs, signals which are not connected to your speech, you are not showing to them. Make this perfectly clear that while you are speaking, you are into the talk, not in any other thing. Sometimes people have habits of keeping their hands in their pockets. Sometimes people have habit of scratching during an during a conversation. Sometimes people have habit of doing such stuff which is not appreciable appreciable on stage. So avoid those things. My favorite part, be natural. Do not try to copy anyone. Do not try to speak like someone else. Speak the way you are. That is the best part. And if you go in that way, you would be loved to listen to. Believe me, people would really love to listen to such speakers who are authentic, who are original, who are not copying anyone. So be natural. Try not to be someone else. Be your own self. Okay, audio visual aids. See, in a conversation like right now, we are using a PPT, which is showing you the points which are there in the books, which can be asked in your exam. So with this thing, to convey my message to you becomes very easy. I don't have to see anything from a book, or I don't have to ask you to check anything from books. You can directly see all the things from here. So audio visual aids are very helpful in this era of communication. Why do you need this audio visual aids? First of all, let me clear this thing. AIDS aids, it means helps or help. The help which you get from the modern technology, that is audio visual aids. See, long talks can be separated in smaller parts. That is, if you are going with a long conversation which is of 2 hours, it is better that reduce your talk to 1.5 hours and have 2 videos of 15 minutes each, showing the same things which you want to show to the people. So by this way your speech becomes more interesting, it becomes more engaging. Rather than talking only, you can show them some videos or some pictures which are able to get them connected with the topic. So such things will be really helpful for them. Always remember that PPTs are peripheral. Peripheral is something which is not very important for understanding, but peripheral, there is a word in Gujarati, gaun, which is not the most important part, but if this thing is there, then it helps you to do the thing in better terms. So here again, this PPT, this videos, these songs, they are peripheral. They are not 100% required to be there, but if you come up with them in a talk, then your talk becomes very interesting. Visual things have more possibility of maintaining the interest level of audience. We all know this. Me talking all the time might bore you, but me showing you different videos while talking can keep you more engaged. Again, when I use PPTs, my speech can get better. Why? Because connectivity will be there. Makes it easier to share complex information, sometimes difficult informations which are there, which I'm also not able to share, or a speaker is not able to share. In that case, that speaker can use this audio visual aids, which will be really helpful to him. He can show charts, data, different numbers, which will be very helpful to him to convey the message. It helps to convey the major points of the presentation. Like right now, the main points are there on the PPT, and we are learning the points from there. Means we are getting the points from there, and then we are having a discussion. So by this way, again, you can use PPTs and other peripherals to show what you think by a visual or an audio way. Okay, audio visual aids in speech, like a few common things which can be used anytime. Like first one is slides. With projectors, you can show PPT, you can use slides, you can show information over there. Flip charts are also useful, like there would be a canvas kind of thing where charts are given. A speaker can write the stuff over there, and he can flip the charts, and again he can write the new content. So the cases when internet connectivity, computer connectivity, audio visual things, overhead projectors are not available, their flip charts can be an easier way to convey your messages on a larger scale. Okay, models, like I will give you a very simple example. whenever there is a new building going to build and there is a presentation regarding that, how they will convey the look of the building. They will have a model of the building. They will say that building would look like this, there would be such parking space, there would be a gym, there would be this, there would be that. So by that way it becomes easy to understand the things which are there in the building. So that those are models. Like if a new military equipment is going to come, we cannot get the equipment directly, but the model of that thing would help to understand how the equipment actually looks. And again it will be easier for the person who is explaining to tell you that how the things will be there in the original thing through model. So by this way models can be also very helpful. Films and videos, we all know that the talk, the discussion which is going, if you get the videos and films according to that part, then the understanding of the audience will get enhanced. So you can use that also. Our last slide for today: what kind of things you should keep in your mind while you are planning your visuals and your other useful components. See, first of all, whatever you are using, whether it is PPT or any other technical thing, keep it simple. It should be like that. If your technical assistant has not been there with you, in that case also you are able to arrange all these things. It should not look like that you have become handicapped and without a person who can handle all those things, you will not be able to do anything. So first of all, keep your audiovisual things simple. Second one, give time to audience. If you go at the speed of light, then audience would not be able to connect to you. If I just read this slide and directly change the slide again and again, in that case no one will understand what I am trying to say. So make this crystal clear that while you are speaking, while you are showing visuals, you should give time to audience to just check out the visuals so that they can see what the things are mentioned over here and they can understand the things in better term. Limit the number, that is, do not have a lot of visuals, have limited number of visuals. You should not have more time of visuals than you speaking to people. And from that our next point comes, that is, talk to your audience, have a discussion with your people. If you do not talk with your people, if you are just going with this audio visual thing and all, in that case you will lose the connection with people, and that is the business of loss. That is a matter of loss, believe me. So be connected with your people. These things are just peripheral. If they are not there, still it is alright, but you should be there. People have come to listen to you, they have not come to see what kind of things you are going to show to them. Make the visuals large and punchy. Like see this PPT here in the slide, you can see that I have tried to keep the letters a bit larger, because if I keep smaller digits or smaller letters, in that case it will be difficult for you to read or understand this part. So make this sure that all the words, all the things, all the messages which you are showing, they are large and they are punchy. That is, what is something which is punchy? That is, it connects with people very easily and people find it very easy to remember that part. Check the equipments, that is all the things which you are going to use. Make sure before the presentation that all the things are there in that proper order and there is nothing kept misplaced. All the things are there on their proper place and all the things are running perfectly. So this is it. We talked about basically 3 things today in speaking skills, that is tone of voice, body language and audio visual aids. I hope you got all the things, and again if there are any issues, any difficulties in any of the part, you can message me in group or you can directly message me. Do not find any hesitation in that. We are there to help you only. So this is the end of the session from my side with the end of the chapter speaking skill. See you soon. Be safe, be happy, do not complain a lot, but rather try to enjoy the situation. And again, all the rules and regulations or all the instructions which are coming from government, please follow them. Okay. Bye bye everyone, have a great time. Thank you all.